This is what happens when you're focused on somebody else and you're not focused on the guy across from you, and your head's all over the place while the other guy was fighting Jamal and fighting cancer at the same time. All right, freaking, oh, what a performance by Jiri Prochaska. I was aroused, Ken. It was just amazing watching Jamal just keep. Every time I saw Jamal get dropped, I felt like a shot of a. So like somebody's hit me with like a fucking EpiPen, bro.
All right, welcome episode 3 Under the Canvas here, bringing you all the information from under the canvas, bringing you our perspective and everything. I'm Ken. This is my co-host Nick. We're just gonna go over 311, give you a quick recap over here. So Nick, tell me about your night, bro.
What a card! What a night! It's a great card. I'm very happy this morning, everybody. I'm very happy this.
Yeah, it was looking a little boring at the beginning there, but the top end of the card was amazing.
We got all finishes except for one fight, so
Yeah.
Can't complain.
Mm-hmm. Well, first off, before we start, it's Bird Gang today. Got a big game coming up. Fucking bum ass Lions lost. All talk all season for no reason. Got their ass whooped by the Commanders. So hopefully they end up winning today, and then we'll see the Commanders next week. Super Bowl coming soon.
It's true. It's true.
Right. So all right, let's just jump in right into it. Talk to me about Islam, man.
You know what, Ken? I'm not going to start with Islam.
Actually, let's back up for a little bit.
Yeah, let's back up, Ken. I know where I want to start this morning. I want to start with you, Jamahal Hill. I want to start with you, Jamahal Hill. I want to start with you. All right, because I told you, Ken, what was going to happen to this boy. This is what happens when you're focused on somebody else and you're not focused on the guy across from you, and your head's all over the place while the other guy was fighting Jamal and fighting cancer at the same time. All right, freaking, oh, what a performance by Jiri Prochaska. I was aroused, Ken. It was just amazing watching Jamal just keep. Every time I saw Jamal get dropped, I felt like a shot of a. Like somebody's hit me with like a fucking EpiPen, bro. I was You hear my voice this morning, viewers? It's because I was fucking screaming. I was like, fuck yeah. What'd you think, Ken? What'd you think?
Oh my god, bro. First of all, great fight, but it's just Jiri did exactly what I was telling him or what I wanted him to do.
Did you see that head movement?
That's what I'm saying. Figure out the head movement. Stop taking so much damage. Stop taking so much damage. He was being real intentional with everything. You could just tell, like he was going low then high. He was trying to set up leg kicks to try to get the spinning back fist. He was just being way more intentional instead of just rushing in and just basically just trying to take more damage than you and outlast you. But man, it's crazy how much of a difference you see in when you just make like minor tweaks, because Jiri has all the tools. Great athlete, long range power, mental toughness. Obviously, he doesn't have the ground game like that, but we did see it with Glover. But when he's starting to put it all together a little bit, and I think if we see this version of him versus Alex, he may have a chance. I don't know if he can get that rematch just yet. I think he needs to do a little more, but.
I want to know. It's scary to think how hard Alex Pereira must hit, because this man.
Did you see the shots that Jiri
was eating Jamahal Hill's best shots, and not a cut, not a bruise, not a cut, and he just ate it. Like those shots Jamahal Hill lands will put anybody out, and Jiri was just like, okay. And he even said in his post-fight press conference, he goes, I have to eat some punches for my inner Jiri Prochaska to come out, and it was just like. He was just, I love that, man. I just love it. So he looked so good. I was so proud of him. I was like, yes, dude. Yes.
It's funny you say that, though, because literally I was thinking the same thing. Like, I was like, man, like either Jamahal Hill just doesn't hit that hard, which
we know he does. We've seen it.
You know he does. He all his opponents go to sleep when you just gotta
Yeah.
get one clean hit. But Yuri's taking a lot of shots, and he was just eating them and
Wait,
just going through
it
them.
looked like he didn't even fight. His face was fine. Jamahal Hill looked
Yeah,
like he got
yeah.
jumped by 5 guys.
No,
What
but
you get,
this is the
stupid
Yuri that I
bitch?
wanted to see.
Stupid Jamahal Hill. Dumbass.
This is the aside from that though, this is the Yuri that I wanted to see. I think him just putting it together a little bit, showing a little more. I didn't want him to change because we love him
Yeah.
as a fighter because of who he is, just like that fighting spirit, just like, all right, I'm just gonna go through the fire. But if just show some a little bit caution. I think when you meet the offense with the defense a little bit and you find that medium, I think that's like the perfect fighter for him, or the perfect fighting style for him. And
Yes.
hopefully he starts figuring it out. Because if you look at his wins, he has a win over Volkov, Reyes, Glover,
And he's finished them
Rockets.
all. He's finished them
And now
all.
he finished Hill.
Yeah.
His only blemishes are Alex.
That's the only guy that can
So
beat him.
yeah, so I don't know what's next for him.
Give it to him. I don't give a fuck. Give him the trilogy fight. Give him the. Give him
And
the.
we'll talk about who's fighting Alex
Yeah.
next. You're
Yes.
one of your favorites. But before we get to that, let's talk about Jamal Hill. You can say all you want from him about him. At least you gotta admit he gained a little bit of your respect. He did show some dog in that fight. He took it like a man. As long as he doesn't go back and go excuses, we still haven't heard from him yet. But he did show some dog in that fight. I just think he just looked like a way lesser athlete. That's my only issue.
He didn't gain any of my fucking respect. He didn't gain a lick of it. You know what I mean? You know what happened too, Ken? You already know. When the fight starts and he's doing the forced stare down, that's not your thing, bro. It's not your fucking thing.
From
All
the
right?
beginning,
That
yeah.
is Yuri and
Channeling
Alex.
somebody
That's
else, yeah.
Yuri and Alex's thing. Like, come on, bro. That's what I'm saying. From the minute, that's what I'm saying. I was just like, ugh. But let me tell you, he didn't. He did look like himself. That's how he fights. It's just, and he was landing. It was just, bro. It looked like he wasn't prepared. Like I said, I don't think his mind was so
Overlooking.
focused on Alex. It was always on
Yeah.
that. And then Alex is in the front row, and they got him on the camera. He has to walk by him on the way out. Alex is there dancing to 50 Cent. I'm like, oh my gosh. I was like, this dude's cooked. And Yuri, you could just tell Yuri from the moment that he got in that cage
Focused.
was fucking locked. Like locked in. Like he was out to prove a point. Like, no, like I got better. Like I really did. I worked on this. Like I'm gonna be a different fighter this time. And he did. My gosh, man. I was watching that head movement in there. Jamal Hill was like 20% on the punches. Like it was insane to watch. It was just free flowing. My gosh.
Yeah.
And then seeing Jamal Hill's head just bounce off the fucking canvas like this, like a fish that, just fucking landed on land. It was fucking, oh my gosh, it was great. It was great, Ken.
Dude, I'm just gonna pull up the stats here. Yeah, so for Yuri, he was looking. Let's go look at the full
Damn,
fight.
look at that. Mm,
Yeah,
mm.
yeah,
20% on those significant strikes, total
yeah.
strikes. Oh my gosh. What's wrong, Jamal? 28%? Look at all the
Oh,
red compared to
28.
all
Yeah,
the
yeah,
blue. Look at all that
yeah.
blue. What takedown did Jamal Hill land? Yeah, that's a
Yeah, I
mistake.
didn't see one.
Yeah, that's a
I don't. I
mistake.
didn't. I didn't see one.
UFC.com,
No, I didn't see
fix
one.
your website, bro. I'm sorry. I love y'all. Fix your website. It's not true. Get it out of here.
Great fight though. Great evolution by Yuri by any chance, but so what we're talking about Yuri here. We don't know. We don't really know what's next for him.
Yuri should be
Um,
fighting for a belt. Jamal Hill, book him against Khalil Roundtree. That's the fight that
Khalil
makes sense.
Roundtree.
It's the fight that makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah, yeah.
And I'll bet on Khalil. Now get this bum off my screen, Ken. Get me to a different fight. Get me to a different fight.
Let me pull up the actual UFC stats here. I just want to see something real quick before we move on. Just pulling it up here. I just want to see something. So yeah, significant strikes. In the total of the fight, Yuri got 97 out of 165, and Jamal got 81 out of 77. So they were throwing. He was just landing more. He was just landing better.
Yeah.
But you could see how he was trying to target like he was going for the head and then head body. He was just level changing, and I'm talking about Jiri here.
Yep,
But I just think Jamal failed to keep the fight close, because when Jamal was doing well was when he was able to keep the fight close and use his knees. He would clinch,
it's true.
grab, and then just. But I think he just was dealing with too much distance from Yuri, and it was just all downhill from there.
It's true.
All
It's
right,
true.
moving on. RDR Holland, Kevin Holland, man. There you go.
Make that y'all screensaver, everybody. Yes, RDR Kevin Holland. I was surprised. Kevin Holland, I'm over you, bro. Let me tell Kevin Holland. Kevin Holland does this shit. He's on
Bro, I've
my
been telling you,
he's on my
man.
ban list. I will never bet on you again. And let me tell you why. It's not because he's not talented. Kevin Holland continuously fights to the strength of his opponent, and I'll never understand why. Like
Yeah.
against Wonder Boy, he made a pact. I won't take you down. Why wouldn't you? He lost the fight.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and against this guy, yeah, he got taken down, but it's like he was okay. He wanted to be down there. It's just like he wasn't making the effort to get up. Like he literally just gave him the fight that he wanted in the first place. Like I shout out to RDR because you went in there, got the job done. He looked really good. He is a
Hmm.
submission specialist, but that's what I expected out of RDR. You know what I'm saying? Like if that fight went to the ground, I was like, he's gonna finish it. That's what he's known for.
Yeah, and that's what we said. Yeah.
Like
Hmm.
I expected Kevin to go in there and use his. I mean, Kevin striking wise, it's night and day compared to RDR. It was very
Right.
disappointing, but I'm not gonna take anything away from the guy that won, even though I didn't pick him. So I'm done with
Yeah.
you, Kevin Holland. But RDR, shout out to you, bro. I hope you get rewarded because you did what you were supposed to do.
Yeah, I mean, it's what we've been saying about Kevin Holland, man. And I was surprised too how quickly RDR took him down, and just Kevin didn't sprawl, didn't like try
Nothing.
to. He
Nothing.
he d- he just accepted it. I think he started at guard, and then he kind of transitioned over his back, and it was just a quick, uneventful. I mean, Kevin Holland, what can you say about him? Four of his last fights are losses. Two by finish at 185. I think
We said it. He's
being
not
at what
motivated, bro. He's not
yeah,
motivated for this.
being at 185 is just, I think he needs to go back to 170. I don't know if it's his lifestyle choices, or he just doesn't want to cut the weight anymore, or he just, like you said before in previous episode, that he just wants to collect the paycheck, and he doesn't care about champion. And while I don't agree with that, I think that you're in here just playing around a little,
Yeah,
not playing around, but it's just making you look worse than you actually are, because Kevin Holland is skilled as hell
he
if you try it.
is. It was
Yeah. So
embarrassing, but you know what? Like I said, shout out to RDR. Big. That was a big moment for him, and hopefully he gets rewarded.
yeah, I don't know what's next for him. I don't know if you can really book him in the top 10-ish fight, but
Give him a rank guy. Give him like the
yeah.
15 or something, like bottom of the barrel.
And see how he does
Yeah,
there, because he needs to show a little bit more
yeah. We didn't get to see anything,
well-roundedness.
which I like.
Hmm.
It's not his fault though. So
Hmm. All right. So moving on, before we get to the rest of the fights on the main card, I gotta talk about my guy here, man. I don't know what the fuck this was with Payne Talbot and Barcelos.
that man got exposed, bro. That man
Exposed,
got
bro.
exposed.
Yeah. If you guys remember, I picked him to be breakout fight of the year. I thought he was gonna fight 4 times, devastating fashion. You said yourself too that Bo Nichols should watch how it's done when you get the first spot.
I didn't say nothing like that, guys. Nothing.
Yes, you did. Man, he couldn't get his distance. It just looked like Barcelos just wanted it more. I don't know if he looked
Barcelos
stronger than
had the
him. I don't know
perfect
what it
game
was.
plan. Just take him down. He couldn't stop a
Just
takedown.
take him down.
He couldn't stop
And
a
I mean,
takedown.
Payne landed a couple shots that you could tell kind of hurt Barcelos a little bit, especially in like the second round.
Yeah.
And you could tell Barcelos was getting tired in the third round from all the takedowns and just trying to hold Payne down. But man, he just did not look good at all. Once he was down, he didn't know what to do. He couldn't get up. It was just hand fighting the entire fight.
Mhm.
It- yeah,
Exposed.
even the yeah, and like the striking volume, it's the same. It's just like the fucking takedowns, bro. It was just he could not get up, and it's just literally exposed from the beginning. And What are you gonna do? I think he just goes back to the
He's
drawing
gonna have
board.
to go work on it. He's young. He has time
Yeah,
to fix it. But let me tell you, he better fix it because every single fighter that gets booked against him going forward is gonna do the same
that's
exact
what they're
thing.
gonna do now.
They're gonna watch that film and they're gonna test it every single time he's fighting now. So he's gotta go. If the striking's fine, go fix it. Go fix
Yeah,
it. Like, go to a
yeah,
different camp. Whatever you gotta do, you need to go fix it.
yeah. Man, did you bet on this one or no?
Yeah, you fucking lost me a ton of money. Fucking
That
stupid.
minus 1,200, bro. You
Yeah,
should have just put the $10 on
I want to take that
or the
black
100.
circle off his chest and just rip it off. Fucker.
Bro, I told you it was the fucking hair. As soon as he cut his hair, he
Piece of
fucking
shit.
lost it.
Get it out of here, Ken. Get it out of here. Let's talk about Jailton. Because Jailton,
Yeah.
look at Jailton. He got performance of the night. Shout out to
Yes.
Jailton.
Yeah. No, that was a great fight. It looked like what's his name? Sergey. He took him down relatively easy, but once Almeida got up and he just cracked him that one time, he just couldn't recover after that.
He's
I
fighting a
don't know
light
what he if
heavyweight,
this guy
bro.
has. Yeah, I don't know if this guy has amazing, I mean, crazy power like that, but he just cracked him one time and he just could not recover, and it was just ground and pound after that.
It's
But
light heavyweight versus a heavyweight. That's the thing. So
mm,
that's the problem with Jailton. He'll get taken down from time to time because these guys are
mhm,
heavier than him. Like,
mhm,
but he's quicker. He has great skill game to where if he does get taken down, he can reverse it. And
mhm,
the power, they're gonna feel it, bro. Especially a guy like Spivak that has, he's a little chinny. And I love the call out of Cyril Gahn because
mhm.
I think
Yes.
that's a tough matchup for Cyril Gahn, a guy that's been exposed with guys that wrestled before. So
Yeah.
I still think Johnson's in the wrong weight class. I don't think he should be up here. He should be in light heavyweight.
He looked big though. He did look big.
He did look big,
Compare
but
even yeah,
he's not a you could just see it.
not heavy.
That guy's a
Yeah.
light heavyweight fighter. He's a
Yeah.
light heavyweight guy. I think he'd be so good too, because can you imagine who in light heavyweight can wrestle? None of them.
None
He
of
would
them.
be tearing it up. Like heavyweight
Yeah.
is gonna be tough. That guy can never Jonathan Almeida has zero chance of ever beating a guy like Tom Aspinall or like Curtis
Mhm.
Blades. But these guys, he's
Mhm.
gonna run through them all day.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens next, but overall great performance.
Yeah,
Just
performance of the night
finished.
got 50K. Go ahead, get your
Yeah,
fifty
yeah,
k.
yeah. All right. So I don't know what's next for them, but hopefully you get to see him soon. Got him out there fast, so hopefully he gets in there soon. But let's talk about this fight right here. I think this was the most exciting fight of the night for me, other than the Jamal Hill
Made
fight.
me sick, Ken. Made me sick.
Talk about your boy Umar, man, and how did
Won
he fade that
he won
much?
the first 2 rounds, bro. But like I said, these guys, this is not a 3 round fight. If you're a champ, I say it all the time, you gotta have 5 round cardio. And he didn't. Marab wins fights by breaking you down. He's not impressive at all. And he wasn't last night. Marab didn't impress me at all last night. But the only thing that did impress me with Marab that I'll give it to him is the fucking cardio. He can do that shit all night long. He won't stop, bro.
Insane,
And is that he's not even I watched that fifth and fourth round. He's not landing anything. It's just that the other guy's fucking worn down from him.
exhausted.
He's exhausted. He'll shoot 10 times in a row and hit you with a jab and then shoot and hit you with a jab and shoot. And you could see Umar was just like he could at one point he was on the ground, he couldn't even get back up. And I knew as soon as you saw the body language start late third, early fourth, you're like, all right, it's cooked. He's done. He couldn't bounce back. And it was very frustrating because like I said, Umar looked very good in the first 2 rounds. The wrestling
Yes.
canceled each other out. You know what? Shout out to both of them because neither of them could take each other down and hold them at all. So it was just sad to see like a Khabib guy not have the cardio to fight in a 5 round championship fight. And shout out to Marab because Marab has the cardio to go like 8. It's unbelievable the type of cardio he has. I've never seen anything like it. But it just frustrates me because he just doesn't impress me. Like I didn't see a
Yeah.
submission attempt. The punches are like so floppy and all over the place. But he's gonna keep winning these fights and these matchups are he should be favored for every fight going forward because nobody has the cardio that he has. So it's
Yeah.
tough.
Impressive, man. I think Marab just weaponizes his fucking cardio like
That's it.
nobody else. It's insane. It's insane. I mean, if you look at that, where it started to turn was the third round, but the fourth round, the fucking how the pressure that he just put on Umar was insane.
Yeah.
I think the fourth or the fifth round he had 12 takedowns in one round alone. That's some people's like entire fight. And I think he went down for 30. He didn't get very much of them, but he went over 30 takedowns.
Yep.
He was just pressuring him, and Umar, you could tell, like he started off the first two rounds, a lot of leg kicks. Well, yeah, leg kicks, using his legs, trying to gauge the distance. You could tell that he's a way better striker than Marab, and he was connecting a little bit, but it was just as soon as Marab decided to I'm just gonna continue going forward the entire fight. Umar just had nothing for him, and you could just the drop off after round three was insane. I don't know if you saw it too. Did you see when Khabib was yelling at Umar? He's like, "You have to take him down. This I don't want any
Yeah.
fighting.
Yeah.
Take this entire round. Wrestle with him." He came out, couldn't take
You
him down
couldn't.
at
You
all.
can't. And he didn't have the cardio too. I think that was a bad
That's what I'm
advice
saying.
because
Just
yeah,
didn't have the cardio at all to
yeah,
even like. It was unbelievable performance by him, and you can't discredit that. And while I think that Umar is an interesting fighter, he has to
go run the
figure out a
mountains
way.
of Dagestan over and over again. Run those fucking
Yeah,
mountains, bro.
yeah. What's next for him though? What do you think? Do you think he like
I think
clearly
he
he's
needs some
not that
time.
far off?
Yeah, he's not
Yeah,
far. He's not far. Maybe it's tough. A rematch with Sanhagen. Something because Sean's next. Sean's gonna fight Marab again, so that it's gonna be tough. I would put him against somebody though, honestly, that's gonna test his cardio again if he really wants to get better.
yeah.
Have him, you know what I'm saying? But it's that's a tough, as I said, it's a tough division right now. But
hmm
I don't know.
I just I just think that Umar gave all he had. I don't think he could have gave much more. I think
No,
Marab had a little more to give.
yeah.
I mean, he was playing with him, toying
Marab
with
could
him
have
at the
gone
end.
3 more rounds and been the same.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is basically that Umar gave all he had, and I think that's enough for anybody else in the division except Marab.
Put him against Peter Yan.
That would be a good one. Although they might want to do the rematch of Marab, but that's gonna go the same exact way. It's just gonna be fucking
Dana ain't booking no rematch. He's got the
yeah.
star. They had the star out there last night with his glasses, his alien glasses. He's coming. If he's healthy, he's next.
Yeah. And how do you think that fight goes? Just off topic from the main card
Sean
here.
has 3 rounds, 3 rounds to get it done. So
Yeah.
that's the only way
Same
you're.
thing.
That's the only way you're gonna beat him. You either got to knock him out or choke him out. I think Sean can knock him out. I don't think Sean. I don't think we saw the best version of Sean in the last fight. I think he'll make adjustments. But yeah, you gotta knock this boy out because if you don't, and then you get to 4 and 5, you're just not gonna win. You just won't win
hmm
the fight. So
Yeah. It's insane though. Did you see the fucking the staph infection he had? I think his trainer came out and said that most people would have pulled out. They would have tried to
I
amputate their leg
can
of
let me
how bad it
can let
was.
me tell you, I hate that shit so much. Number one, it's just like it's like a pre-built-in thing. Like if
Excuse,
I
yeah.
win, I'm gonna say, "Oh, I won and I had this
Staph.
injury." But if I
Yeah.
lose, bro, I lost. But I had staph infection. I had a cut on my. We already knew you had. I texted Ken as soon as I saw it, guys. As soon as I saw his weigh photo, I texted Ken. This motherfucker got staph infection,
It
bro.
zoomed in on his leg
It's
all the way.
disgust. I can see it. You can't hide it, bro. I know what staph looks like. These guys be thinking they're hiding their staph infection. Like, no. First of all, clean your fucking mats, Aljamain Sterling. You fucking dirty bitch. But the it's just like, bro. It's just like, come on, man. Like that's just due to non-clean mats. But yeah, he. If you're gonna fight, once you're in that cage and you decide to go in there,
No
get in, get
excuses.
no excuses. I compare,
hmm
like I said, Marab, you won. You were the better guy that night. I still hate your fucking guts, but you were the better guy. Your cardio is insane. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely agreed. What do you think about Umar though at the end saying that he broke his hand? That's literally the first thing he told Joe Rogan.
You know what? I could
That's kind
tell.
of
I could fucking
yeah,
tell. And he wasn't throwing it. He kept throwing jabs the rest of the fight and kicks. I could tell he broke
yeah,
his hand. So
yeah,
that's that alone is probably gonna get him suspended now that he said that for a while. He'll probably get a year minimum
Yeah.
suspension. So good.
Hmm.
Use the year to get better.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like I said, skill wise, it wasn't far off. I just he, you ran into the only fighter that's going to use his cardio as a weapon,
Correct.
and we've seen some crazy. So we've seen some crazy stuff in the octagon, and like with and like people, we've seen supreme athletes, but what he's doing is historic,
Yeah.
and you can't take that away from him, especially like just sheer volume, even by numbers. It's insane.
Yeah, it's true.
All right. So moving on here, we're gonna move on to the main event. Um, here we go. Islam Makachev on Renato Moicano. So before we got this fight, we were preparing to kind of release our our thoughts to the fight on Friday. I think it was.
Mhm.
Yeah, Friday, like eight Eastern time, 8 a.m. Eastern time, and then I get a text from Nick saying big news, and then he just sends me a photo of Money Moicano. He's in for the fight. I was like, what is going on?
Yeah.
So when you first heard that, what did you think? What do you think of the pullout? And what do you think Dana thinks of the pullout? Most
Well, I
importantly,
watched the press conference last night.
he
Um,
looked pissed.
it sounds very fishy. He said that he sent a
Yeah,
specialist over that's the best in the game, and that he trusts her, and he wouldn't directly say it, but it sounds like he believes that Arman was good enough to
could have
fight.
fought.
Um, and he basically said, he's going to the back of the line, not giving him any opportunity. He's gonna have to fight his way back here. So Arman, whatever you did, bro, I don't know. They said that I've heard stories about him getting hurt on a bike or getting hurt in the shower, and he just hurt his back. But I don't know. It's very fishy, very fishy. But I like
Yeah,
I
his camp came out saying that he couldn't even stand up, but he looked fine.
he
Like they
looked,
said
yeah,
that. I think I saw it from Ariel Horani on Twitter. He said that he went home. He after the press conference, everything was fine. After the face off there on Thursday,
yep.
he started the weight cut, and then somehow hurt his back, which and then had to pull out. I mean, they waited until the morning, but I think it was interesting too that the head corner for Moicano was the same as the head corner for for
Sarukian,
Armin.
yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know. It seemed like Moicano knew ahead of time from Thursday that he should just definitely cut down to 155
Well, he was already
to
the
get the shot.
backup. He was already the listed backup for this fight, so he knew that
Hmm.
was the weight that he had to be at, anyways. So
Hmm.
he was ready. But like I said, Sarukian, you blew it, and now, like, you know what I'm saying, he's gonna have to earn it all back. But Moicano, nothing. Moicano loses nothing by doing what he did. He saved the card.
Yeah.
He'll be rewarded. It like
Hmm.
keep your head up, kid. You fought the best guy in the world. So
Yeah.
it was just funny to watch though because Moicano like got a little crack on him,
He got a little crack in
and
him.
as soon
Everybody's
as
like, oh
he
shit.
cracked on him, I looked at my boy and I was like, he's in trouble now. He's gonna shoot, and as soon as he shoots, he's cooked. It was a wrap. It was a wrap. It was so easy.
Yeah, it's crazy that you see the disparity between Islam and the rest of the division.
It's a whole nother level.
And
It's a
yeah,
whole
and we
nother
could talk
level.
about Moicano, how he also has like a bottleneck where he meets, if you look at his like his recent fight history, like he wins against people who are on the cusp of being, title contenders.
Yeah,
Like he'll beat someone like Saint Denis, he'll beat someone like Turner, he'll beat like Dober, but with the people who he's losing to is like Dos Anjos, um, let me see who else,
Fazeev.
Fazeev, Aldo, like people like that who are either who are title holders, or people who are right that step right below them. And I think that he kind of reached this peak where he's not. I don't think he's ever going to be champion. I just think he's just not at the level where the top three, top two,
No,
top
but
five
but
ish.
there's not
He's
many that are. That's the problem. Islam is the
yeah,
great. It's like I said, he's number one. Dana even said it last night. He said
finally admitted it.
he's number one pound for pound in the world. He's the greatest lightweight to ever do it. So I was telling my boy
Yeah.
last night, I think he's better than Habib. So he's an animal, bro. He's just he's a
Mm-hmm.
different fucking animal in there. It's scary.
Yeah. Only issue I have with you saying that he's better than Habib is if we look at his resume here, right? So he beat Moicano on a replacement, and I'm not saying that this is his
Yep.
fault.
Yep.
He beat Poirier, great
Yep.
win. He beat Volkanovski
Mhm.
twice. The first time was on short notice, and the
Yep.
second time was just a rematch. But Volkanovski is a 145er,
Yep.
so he has a win over one. We look at Poirier and the great win over Oliveira. He really only has 2 wins over top 155ers in his last seven
Keep
seven
going.
opponents. Bobby Green
Keep going.
after Oliveira, Hooker, but this wasn't the Hooker that we know that Hooker today.
Yeah.
This was in 2021, and then we got Moises and then Dober again. You see, and then Sarukian back all the way to 2019.
Yeah.
So if I mean, I get the winning streak is amazing. What he's doing is amazing, and I think he's a number one pound for pound fighter because he's just showing right now that he's levels above everybody. I just don't know that he's fighting, and it's not his fault, like I said, because it's a replacement one Moicano, or the first Volkanovski was a pullout by Oliveira, the rematch.
Yeah.
Um, so if you really look at his record, he's really only fought two top contending lightweights in his last 4 fights.
Mhm.
So it's interesting when you say that you think he's better than Habib, because Habib's resume, he was just beating everybody who was being put in front of him.
Like
But
who?
I mean, he
If you
got
think
Connor.
about it, what
Yeah,
Connor?
it's just kind of the same thing. Yeah,
Connor,
yeah,
he fought Dustin, he fought Gaethje. But if you look at Habib's
yeah,
resume, it's the same bullshit. It was
yeah,
just like early on they all fought guys that just can't be with them. Like it's tough.
yeah.
It's all tough. Like Islam doesn't pick these. You could just tell by last night. Last night he held the bet out and said, "Bro, I ain't giving you names, bro. Like put a contract in
Just
front of
whoever.
me and I'll fight whoever." He's gonna end up fighting
Mm-hmm.
Charles next again, which is what I'm saying. Like Islam's either gonna have to move weight divisions
Mm-hmm.
or fight Taporia to get an interesting matchup. That's gonna be the only
Mm-hmm.
thing that's gonna work. So
Yeah, yeah. But overall, great card. Um, what I'm thinking is he Dana is happy with the card. I just think he's just like so upset at
Sarukian.
Armin that it's blew it. But yeah, I mean, I think the rest of the card made up for it. Um, so moving on a little bit here, what do you think of the announcements that they made last night with the Alex Pereira and
I love it. He's an
uh
underdog, Ken. They have him
Ma-
listed as an underdog. You guys are fucking
against Alkalaev?
stupid. Yes, plus 100 to plus 120 because they think
Okay,
Ankalev's gonna take him down.
take him
Guys,
down.
don't be fooled. Take it now. Take it now because this guy, people forget, like he trains with Glover every day. This man has been waiting for this moment. He's not gonna take. It's not gonna be easy to take Alex down. It's not gonna be an easy thing
No.
to do. And I
Oh,
think
yeah.
I love the fight. I think that Hooker Gaethje fight is gonna be awesome. Awesome. I know.
I
I
think
know.
that's the fight we were asking for. It's
Yeah,
going to be
we said it, and we knew Hooker was gonna. We knew Hooker's gonna be the underdog again, and he's won his last 3 fights as an underdog, and I will take him again because Gaethje's coming off a fucking crazy loss. Um, I love Dan Hooker, so I think that's awesome.
yeah.
I think there's a lot of good things coming. Last night at the post press conference, someone asked about if you guys remember my rant about Manon Furio for Valentina. I was going
Yes.
crazy. Someone asked about it
Mhm.
last night, and Daniel this guy goes, "Did we announce it?" And then the guy's like, "No." He goes, Dan goes, "We haven't announced it yet, but we're gonna
It's
announce."
happening.
Yeah, so, yeah. So I know my girl Manon's about to get her fight. That gets me excited. We get freaking what? We get a next week. Think about this. This is the first time in 5 years we get Adesanya on a fight night
On a fight
on a
night, yeah.
fight night, and then it leads into another pay per view where my girl Tati, you were looking real good last night, by the way. I'm gonna slide in that DM for this interview, but it was we Tati, we got that coming up. Like it's just like, it's gonna be a good couple of weeks here, but yeah, I'm excited. These announcements are going right along the way that we thought they were gonna go. So
Mhm.
they announced
Yeah.
obviously Edwards JDM. We got that
We predicted
announcement.
that one,
Yeah,
yep.
so everything is going the way we thought. Pimblett Chandler's next. They're gonna announce that next, guys. We already know it's signed. I already know it's
I
signed.
can't
So
wait
just
for that
fucking
shit.
announce it. Fucking
Get that.
announce it.
Yeah. No, I think overall UFC's in a great place. Great card last night. A lot of questions answered, but also a lot of questions that need to be answered by fighters. So we just got to continue to chug along here. I think whatever happens next with all the divisions that we saw, whether that's Islam or a light heavyweight, it's interesting. It's interesting. So we'll see how everything pans out. But I think that's gonna wrap it up for us for today. Thank you for listening. Keep like, comments, and subscribe. Make sure to share if you can. And also just leave any. There you go. There you go. That's number one hater right there. Number one.
Have a great day, Jamahal Hill, wherever you are. I hope you see the video, buddy. Have a great day.
And we're out.